I just mentioned that some arteries exist there. And now we have the right and left coronary artery. Is it possible we have one only when we live normally? I was shocked that it is possible, but you usually don't see that in the cadavers, but you see that during the regular angiographies. Like we just performed the coronarography. I was really shocked that, well, I've seen in my life, I've seen 3 people who had just one coronary artery and that was enough. And they were normally functioning. Of course, there was something about, because you don't do just the coronarography just for fun, because you just wake up and go, okay, let's do the coronarography to make, to spice the day. Anyway, these were, quite normally functioning, so they were over 60. Now, we have 2 coronary arteries, and this what we are reading about these arteries is, must be also considered, because we can observe sort of dominations of right or left coronary, or there is in about 50% of population we have only this picture that you can see in the atlases. That is a problem, because how far should we actually teach you that there are some variations in this coronary, but I think the heart is quite important. But at least you should know something about the dominations, at least that such term exists at all, the domination of the right or left coronary artery. Normally the right coronary artery is I would say, I would avoid using the statement it's more important, but it supplies more of the heart. But I've selected especially the heart where we have the dominancy of the left, and I'll show what is that. Here we have the right coronary artery. That's the right coronary artery. It always goes through the coronary sulcus, and then we can see that it goes here into the posterior interventricular groove, coronary sulcus, and then it turns into this posterior interventricular groove, and it becomes the right posterior descending, or the posterior interventricular branch of the right coronary artery, and it goes together with the middle cardiac vein. Left coronary artery is, it doesn't mean it's invisible, but we have only a short stem. It's about, well, we're living in Europe, so it's about 1/2 to 1 centimeter, so that's that or that long. This is the left coronary artery. It isn't big. And see that it almost immediately splits into 2. So these branches are important. That branch that it goes to the back of the heart is so-called circumflex. And the branch that goes into the anterior aspect of the heart, it is the anterior interventricular branch of the left coronary artery. Cardiologists use the abbreviation just the anterior interventricular artery. Students like the most left anterior descending, because we let you to use during practicals just capital LAD. That's LAD, left anterior descending. Right posterior descending is RPD. Na zdrowie. So right posterior descending is this interventricular branch of the right coronary artery. How it works here in this heart. See what happens with the right coronary artery. Normally, it should arise from the right aortic sinus, and it should go through the coronary sulcus, and it should turn here into the coronary sulcus, and then it should end in the posterior interventricular groove. Not here. We have the right coronary, and see, it splits into numerous branches which end here in this anterior aspect of the heart. Of the right ventricle, right atrium, that's it. At least we have so-called sinoatrial artery, or the nodal artery that goes to the atrioventricular, to the sinoatrial node. We'll just speak in a second what is that. Here we have the left coronary, and the circumflex branch is cut here. See, this is circumflex branch. This is the anterior interventricular. And what happens with this circumflex? This circumflex, together with the biggest vein of the heart, so-called coronary sinus, goes here, and see, it turns into this posterior interventricular groove, so it replaces this right coronary artery. So it ends in this posterior interventive vein. Anyway,